How's it going, guys? Housekeeping. Beautiful old custom built. And in it, you guessed it, from the depths of GW cellar, a vapor plate. I'll let y'all maybe G and K open 2003. Let me show you these bready little giants. Hey, that's the first time something like that happened. It normally falls on the couch where I can't really see it good. I have to search around with my hands. Hope everybody's preparations for Thanksgiving are going your way. Now, this is 2. Virginia Perique with a good hint of vinegar. Funny thing is about this, you'd figure it would be bright and acidic coming off, but it's some of the breadiest, smoothest, low fruit tones in it. But man, the breadiness is just like Mama used to make beer bread. It had that deep malty smell to it. I wasn't through with the bowl last night, and I lit it up for the video. It wasn't really enough in there to warrant me putting forth the effort to light it up and then have to repack it halfway through the video. On my previous video about what you think about the dishes bought to Thanksgiving dinner, me, number 1, turkey. Number 2, ham. Number 3, the pies. Cheesecakes were always big in our family, and pecan pie. And Mama always made Daddy a chocolate pie. His mama made him 2 chocolate pies. My grandmama, my brother-in-law Joe always used to make cheesecakes. They pretty much stole the show for me. In the background, let me see if this will whirl around. Playing on the Sega CD through my CRT because it's got fabulous sound. Well, there it is. some Chopin. Now y'all just seen I didn't even give these flakes a chance to dry out. Oh. Beautiful little tobacco tray gifted me by Marcia, I think on her 2nd anniversary. I think it was from Manila. Or someplace, exotic wood. Rough carved out, as you can see. Ain't nothing fancy about it. Little things on the edges. Make a good platter at a seafood restaurant to bring out that like hot shrimp, scampi or whatever it is on that sizzling platter. Fajitas, it'll be good for that too, I guess. Now it's got some hot vapor flakes from the depths of GW cellar. Right on the other side of the tripod, I got my space heater going. I woke up yesterday morning, it was 39. Wasn't expecting that. They said it was supposed to get cold, but I didn't think it was gonna get that cold. It got cold in here, son. We always have our windows open and stuff, and I'd closed them whenever I felt that wind start changing. It started getting cooler. I figured I'd keep some of the ambient temperature of the house, you know, and in our house, later in the evening, the heat starts coming from the attic and kind of gives you a nice warm. You can sit down and get cool, but if you need to stir up some warmth, you can turn on a ceiling fan. And but that didn't work. And I put, as you see, I got on my old bouncer hoodie. It's nice and thick. I've been sleeping in it. I got up that night and threw this on, pulled my hoodie up over my head, put my head up underneath the blankets. I'm still cold. So yesterday, before I laid down, I went to sleep kind of early yesterday, around 7 or 8. I put the space heater there and turned it on low. It never kicked on till early this morning. I heard it kick. I more smelled it than I did anything, because it ain't been run all summer, you know, and got that dust on it. Always gives it that burnt smell. I should have did that before I went to sleep, and I wouldn't have woke up thinking I had them California forest fires getting down here on me. My old Ford lighter, in remembrance of my second oldest big brother. Got killed in this Ford truck. And my little brother was dating this gal that worked at the Ford dealership, and she got this for me. I've already had my second cup of coffee. Folgers Colombian, really nice. This batch is really nice. Sometimes, you know, you get various, you know, the beans change, just like the flakes of your tobacco and stuff will have different years, different harvests give you different notes. This reminded me a lot of like the McDonald's McCafe. It had some of that taste to it, but it wasn't exactly the same. And I didn't tell the damn lie, because Now I'm getting bright notes from these Jennies. It's still bready, but I'm getting I'm getting some of that lemony hay. Not fresh cut hay, but nice dried out hay. You know, that kind you get into give you static electricity. It'll be like zzz. But y'all know about no hay. And I was smoking out of a Sabanelli Oscar. I think it's right there where I can grab it. It's one of the twins, what I call it. It's the shape number 413. This one isn't near as pretty as the other one, but the mouthpiece, the other one's got a loose out mouthpiece, and this one's so nice and thin. Really, both of them hang good, but that loose out one's a little fatter around the mouthpiece. It doesn't hang as good. I'm gonna set that over there. I'm gonna run some of this through it. I don't know if y'all can hear. This is track 4. I bet y'all like it whenever I go disappearing up underneath the camera. Oh, I said it was Chopin. I had that in earlier. And I got some Beethoven. I really like that. And in the morning, after I finish my prayer, I'd like to listen to Les Feldick through the Bible. He comes on TV, and he's like the most proficient person I've ever seen. My mom was really good in the Bible, and she said her dad, of course, he was a Pentecostal preacher, was really good in the Bible. But it's kind of like knowing a piece of literature or whatever. Like if we was to discuss The Hobbit, some of y'all would know every aspect, every time date, the dispensation, what means what and what happens what, and that's how he is about the Bible. And I as a God-fearing man, I really appreciate that, because it's the truth. For everyone that doesn't know, Jesus died for your sins, and all you have to do is ask him to come into your heart, and guess what? He already paid the price. Ain't nothing that you can do is good enough for one drop of his blood. And this old boy's opinion, he thought differently. He gave it all. I think that's one thing that's always kept me positive about life, is because it's one thing to be struggling and have to deal with stuff, But it's another thing to get into something when you're not struggling, when you're not dealing with something, and give it all, you know. You could do whatever you want to do, but you chose to go through something for someone else, and that speaks volume. Well, guys, hey, 15 minutes in. This flake was definitely different than every other one I've tried. Must have had a good solid batch of Virginia leaves in it. I'm gonna try that out too. You know how you light a cigar and you put it down and you come back to it later? The flavors change in it. I never thought about that, but I think the pipe is doing the same thing. I'm going to, after I smoke this one, I'll clean it out, put a new bowl in there, do my char and light, tamp it down, relight it, smoke it a little bit, and then set it down. And then come back to it later and then see if my hypothesis has any merit. Sorry guys, my back's been killing me this cold weather. I got some trees I needed to cut down. We was having a bad storm come through, and we got ahead, and these trees that was out here by the power line that attaches to the house, we had a stand of them that blew down in the hurricane, and then what was left had an ice storm, and they blew down on that, ripped all my weatherhead and everything off the side of my house. So guess what? I went up there and and my buddy Jed said, "If you rough prune them, huh?" Yeah, I got on them with that steel. I chopped them down to about 5 foot tall. They're some type of it's not a silverleaf maple. It's something like an Arkansas maple or something like that, but it doesn't have like real hard wood, and it grows exceedingly fast. It's a pretty tree, but it ain't got no substance to it. And in this part of the country, you got to have substance if you're gonna have it around your house, because you know you don't want that thing falling on you and ripping your weatherhead off, or smashing through your window, or messing up your roof, smashing your car. So I thinned down some. I've got two over here on this side of the property over there where the bonfire is, where I pulled out all them, what video was that? Where I got into that sumac and poison ivy. That tree was all, I was all covered up. I had that brown jumpsuit on. And them big gloves, and it still got inside the glove. I should have put tape around them. You know, I've been chooching on this pretty hard, and that old custom built, them little rustication really helps dissipate the heat, plus the thickness of the barrel, the chamber itself. I got the ceiling fan on. Or I bet there'll be some really nice smoke rings capable, because the temperature outside's 41, and In here, it's probably 50. When we have the cold snaps, I really do enjoy it. It ain't like I'm complaining. It's another thing to wake up and you're in 30-degree temperatures and you ain't expecting it and I have the right stuff on. I have a sleeping bag underneath me. I could have just unzipped it and got into it, but I was dreaming that I was in an avalanche and I just had a little hole, which was my blankets, and I was peeping through it, and that was like my breathing hole. I made it through unscathed though. I did lose a few fingers for frostbite. I was hoping, to have some of them Brady notes shine through, and this thing just clear and ringing like a bell. Jenny, son. I got on the flat screen Tomb Raider Chronicles on the Sega Dreamcast. I'm gonna try that out today. I first time playing it, I played on the Sega Saturn, and it was the first Tomb Raider, and I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the game for the graphics and stuff, but the tank movements, I still, I play them just because the game's so phenomenal. But them tank controls, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not a gamer, you basically use the D-pad. It's not no smooth movement. You have to point, north, south, east, west. There ain't no diagonal to it, and you have to use different buttons to like strafe right and left. You have to orientate in the video game screen that show whatever it's going to show. You have to have it in a specific area for you to see how to jump or to evade things. It's frustrating till you learn how to do it correctly. I guess like everything in life. I'll be honest. First time I played it, I was like, I don't need this in my life, this type of frustration. Then I seen some videos of people further along in the game, and I was like, that looks really cool. I wonder what that looks like. And then once whatever it is changes in your mind where you want to do something, and you orientate yourself towards it and get her done. Like I said, it was a beautiful game. I never beat it. I got pretty far in it. I got, over 3/4 of the way through it, but I never beat the game. Sega Saturn, if I'm remembering correctly, it just had an internal memory with a CMOS battery that went into the back, one of them coins style, and I lost my saves. I didn't feel like repeating the frustration that it took to get me to said point. They got a cartridge that you can put in there now for backup RAM, and I think I had one of them too. I've got one for the Sega CD, but it's got a coin cell in it, and it went bad too. So it ain't like the PS1, PS2 memory cards. You can have saves on there for a year and go back. I popped in some from 2000. Still have my save file and everything. The original ones, like the Mad Catson ones, will do a copy and copy it over to the original ones, because them things, some of them held, but like the ones with the banks in it, with the bank switch, where you can have like 4 memory cards worth of storage, or I've got one with 12. I don't trust them. Some of them will hold, but some of them don't. Well, guys, it never got bready. It's bright and lemony, and I'm really tasting the vapor, the Perique in the vapor. The Virginia and Perique are really shining. I'm sorry I lied to y'all and told it was bready, but as you can smell, It's not right now. Peace out from Texas. Hope y'all enjoyed. And if I don't get to tell you, have a great weekend.